Hey YouTubers, got a video review for everybody here. Got a RedLINK VisionPro 8000 by Honeywell, and there's the model number right there for everybody. This is a really nice unit. Right now it's set up in non-programmable mode on single stage heat, and I'll kind of go through the options in that. So you can go up and down on this. It tells humidity. You have a red light right here to tell you if there's an alert. There's a 3-volt lithium battery in here to save your time and date on it, I believe, and some other information, your settings, I believe, too. There's a little micro SD slot underneath here for installer information, but menus and navigation on this is really easy. And you've got your equipment status and your other settings here. The installer options is usually what comes up when you first install this, and you actually got settings for your RedLINK and that. Now this is only running on batteries. I don't have a wire or a common wire or C wire hooked up to it yet. I have to find out because our furnace has its own built-in computer controller, so we just set it up to where the fan is controlled by the system down there on its computer board. Let me shut this off here and I'll show you the inside. There's a little button right up here on the top. You can open it up, and then this thing's actually pretty heavy. You got your batteries there. You can see the little battery there for your 3-volt down here, and everything connects in there. And then you got your little code when you get these, so that's your security code to log in on your units, installer options or anything advanced. And then this is pretty simple setup. It will work with a heat pump and quite a few other units. It's actually a really nice setup and pretty versatile. I believe it says it'll work with 3 or 4 different styles of heating and other zones and other things like that. So it's a really good thermostat. We actually bought this to replace an ancient Honeywell that probably came with the furnace that was actually having a problem. I'm going to put this back on here. And by the way, real quick, you've got this little warning or disclaimer, whatever you want to call it, right here about the C wire up here on the. So if you don't have the C wire, the RedLINK probably won't work at all for you unless it's got some other setup. Put this back on here and turn the heat back on. And one thing I want to mention is we've got this we bought with it. Now, like I said, we don't have the C wire on here, so the RedLINK isn't active, so I can't actually use this. Whoops, I'm sorry, it's in Spanish there. This is the model number down here that we bought, but this is a lithium powered temperature. Oh, it says temperature and humidity, my mistake. This is a pretty nice little unit, but you have to have your RedLINK enabled or on to use it because you have to be able to add it wirelessly. So I can't add mine yet, and I also bought a wall plate for this, which it comes with a larger one and a small one. And I just don't have those on here yet because we wanted to make sure this worked right off the bat. So it has a lot of the programmable features. I don't know if you can actually see them on the camera, but there's little settings in here that just aren't enabled yet, and they're all over the screen. So you can do quite a bit with this as far as options. And once you get down in here to your preferences and that, you can set your reminders or when you want it to change over for your seasons and stuff like that, your scheduling, daylight savings. There's actually quite a bit. You do the clean screen feature, locks out the screen so you can actually clean it, so that's pretty nice. Obviously that's what it's for. But your dealer information, if you're installing this yourself like I did, you won't have that. It'll just say such and such a bunch of numbers. But one thing I really like about this is your equipment status. You can see everything. It tells your air filter, your spring reminder date, which I just set it up on what the system's got here. Your model number, software, which you can update that. I checked, it's already the current version right now for this thermostat. That's if anybody wonders that. And then your date code on there. Now I'll show you the installer options. I'm not worried. Alright. And you got installer setup. You can actually test the system once you get it going. Data logs, there's your wireless manager, restore to default, device info. Pretty much everything is on here and that. And you can select your wireless manager. And this is where you'd add your device if you have a RedLINK. So, but that's what it's going to tell you if you don't have a RedLINK on it. So we'll get back out of that. Now installer setup, you can actually go through here and there's a lot of stuff. It usually comes up asking you what type of setup you want to go do and that. So and there's your sensors and that. But if you ain't got a RedLINK set up on this and you're just using it for a standard thermostat, then you'll be fine with most of the settings on it. So anyways, that's pretty much the review. I wanted to kind of go through some of the advanced options and stuff and show everybody kind of what it has. So the video's a little longer, sorry for that. But I wanted to show everybody those and help somebody save some money if you've got a more complicated system. But one thing I'll mention is we were going to put a Nest or a Honeywell Lyric on our furnace. We couldn't do it because the controller in the furnace wouldn't work with it. It'll fight the thermostat. That's what I was told by our furnace repair guy. And I'm not for sure exactly how that works, but this seems to work with the furnace with no problem. So if you have that kind of scenario, this might work for you. Don't know. Anyways, guys and gals, don't work too hard. Have a good one. Bye.